Is there anyone in the audience that has a distinctly defines themselves as GIS or BIM and has some strong opinions?
I have very strong opinions. I actually met these two gentlemen last year. I work for the University of Kentucky Facilities Management. I'm the GIS coordinator, and we've dedicated all of our resources into GIS. And I'd actually like to challenge you on, yes, that actually GIS is not about a geographic component. Because you can actually use it for anything spatial, anything graphical that is compared to something else. That's said at a molecular level, right? You can even visualize the relationship. So it's not really a geographic component. We have built a custom facilities management application using GIS. We won an international award this last fall in DC for Esri. And we used it to successfully move into a $1.2 million new hospital on our campus. So we are exploring GIS, but I think the benefit for us is that we can use it to tie into our asset databases and our space databases, and we just use it as the anchor or the coat rack so that everything can tie into it, and it is a publishing agent as opposed to taking everything you got and converting it to GIS. And in fact, our source data, everything points down to our CAD as being the brain and the source. And everything starts from there, but GIS is our publishing agent.
Is BIM lacking in something that you wouldn't?
I don't think it's advanced enough for all of our users to use. We have limitations as far as administration privileges on computers, so people can't download and install plugins. So we need to have like a BIM-like client, which is what we have for our web browser, so people can just tie into a website, just log in with their Active Directory authentication, and they can see what they're allowed to see. So if we have someone for facilities management, they can see facilities data. If we have someone with police department, they see crime data, parking, transportation, parking data, and so we can control that all via our GIS, as opposed to BIM, which it's heavier. Now what we want to do is we want to tie into that, and that's what I'm here for, because they need to play together, just like you said. It's not this or that. It's how are we going to advance? Are we all looking in the same direction? And how are we going to get there?
By the way, great commercial. What was that? University of?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Great event-based solution. And I can see to your point. You're exactly right. But then you said we're talking about geography and broad terms of GIS, but you mentioned almost immediately after the term spatial, which in itself gives a sort of 2D, 3D, 4D element.
There's no limitation.
Exactly. And again, just looking at these solutions, GIS in that term being used to map the human genome. We're not talking about vast amounts of land or geographic wide areas. The human genome being mapped. In fact, Autodesk Map Guide, a bit of a commercial, was used for that very process a number of years ago to help you in that. Concede your point, you're exactly right, thank you.